Hey. What's up, everybody? You already know what it is. This is the next episode, Delgado Nation. What's going on, everybody?
What up?
What's going on?
Hello.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Fuck Monday.
I like Mondays, though, when it's podcast Monday.
Of course, yeah, when it's podcast Monday. Not when it's not podcast Monday. Fuck Monday.
Oh, okay. So fuck every other Monday.
Yes.
You definitely.
I don't know what it is about Mondays, but they have that Monday feeling.
For real. How you doing, Phil?
Hey, man. Life is better. This past weekend, I was sick as shit. My birthday was ruined, honestly.
So you were sick on your birthday. You ain't do a damn thing.
Yo, I thought I had a hangover, honestly. I thought I had a hangover, but it turned out I was dying from an infection.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it turned out I was dying from a foot infection.
What the
so
fuck?
I had the shivers and the fevers and the You ever have these crazy ass fever dreams?
Yes.
Dude, it's like Inception. Like, it's crazy ass fever dreams.
You should start writing them down. Just start writing the really crazy ones. Like, write down whatever you remember.
Write down it on your notes and your little journal diary that you have.
Yeah. So everybody,
what's up, Nora?
I'm glad you're better, though. Hey, what's up? How are you?
How was your weekend?
My weekend was chaos. Pure chaos.
Of course, because
it was chaos.
Yes.
It's getting towards the end of summer. Kids are about to go back to school. There's a lot happening, and it was just chaos. I'm tired. But
Jesus Lord.
it was still good though. I got like a really good 3-hour nap in on Sunday, and those little moments are so precious to me. So
right?
Yes.
Listen, I've been working like crazy these last couple of days. Like, what the hell? Working from 4 a.m, getting home at like 6 at night. So
that sucks. That's a long day.
Long, exhausting day.
And getting up really early. And I'm sure you probably don't go to bed like early. You probably stay up late. Your creative minds work best at night. So you're probably up late being creative.
That's what that means?
11 or 12. And then I knock out. And then
you gotta get up and go to work.
3.5 hours, 4 hours. So when I do come home, like on my short days, and I take that long nap, it feels like forever.
It feels so good. And you wake up and you're like, where am I? It feels like a whole day has gone by.
Jeez.
That's that grind, though.
For real. I love it, though.
Yeah.
Phil, what we got on tap right now?
All right. So today is a very special day. You want to know why?
She's starting with you.
Well... You know what?
He's already scared.
I'm not. I'm just saying she's starting with you.
Oh, sounds.
Dude,
scared.
I wish
There's
I had
nothing to be afraid of.
I need some like mystical
music.
Yeah, I have this.
You just gotta find some like yoga.
Not this one.
That's.
I swear.
I'm sure you're probably offending multiple countries. And
I'm probably just summoned a demon.
Oh my God.
Listen, don't play with that.
Yeah, for real, Phil.
We don't play with that.
That's why she's starting with you.
Well, and then we're going to learn all about that stuff.
She's going to start with you, and then she's going to finish with the head of the table.
The head of the table.
Okay, Roman.
Well, that's good. You're going to get the most accurate reading because it takes me, I got to warm up.
Well, good. You're going to warm up, and you're going to start with him. You're not going to start with me.
Well, before we even do it, we need to explain what we're doing.
Of course.
And while we're doing that, if you guys are in the chat, just make sure you say hello.
Yes.
Travis is here. Comments are being slow today. I'm trying to load them in here to Switcher. You know, for some reason, Facebook and YouTube hate him.
I don't understand.
No, you know what it is? I know why. Because they're not paying them. You're not giving them money. Because they start suppressing my shit and they start like giving me warnings and giving me issues when I'm reaching a lot of people organically.
I have one warning on my YouTube channel, but I think that was from like.
I get so many so quickly. I get them
like
within minutes of posting sometimes, and I also do post in a lot of groups, and like I can be a little spammy sometimes. But that's marketing. I'm really good at marketing.
Hey, so let's say hi to Liz. Liz is in the chat. Travis is in the chat.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, I'm so excited. I honestly love this. Like, it's something that brings my heart
TV network
happiness.
Podcast.
Yeah, what's going on, Maurice? What's going on, boy?
Before we do get started, don't you have to tell us something, Mal?
What's up?
Oh, so I just, when was it? Today's Monday, so this past Saturday, was it Saturday? Yeah, it was Saturday. So this past Saturday, I just finished filming. Well, it's still filming. We're still in filming, and the director of the movie will come on to the podcast when the movie is done, and it's called Blood Brothers. Put it up.
Is it scary? Is it like a horror?
No, it's a drama, and I play Sean, the best friend.
Okay.
So
that's
all
cool.
he can say. So is it because I don't know if y'all use this term, but if you and I were blood brothers, that means we bang the same chick.
Okay, whoever came up with that, first of all, that's
she had to be
stupid.
She was a virgin though when we did it, so that's why
that doesn't make any sense. That's so dumb.
That's why they're called blood brothers.
You say the stupidest shit.
It's gross.
But it's the director. She's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
This is she's done a lot.
I love that. That's
a
so cool.
lot of films already.
Where is it gonna be shown? Like, where can we see it?
It's gonna be on her YouTube page, and then I think it's another one. I forgot what it was.
That's like the next level thing.
She will be here when the movie is done.
I'm telling you, like YouTube TV and YouTube movies and like the streaming movies and services that are outside of things like Netflix and Hulu, those are taking over. Like,
of course,
people want to discover like the underground stuff. No,
nobody even goes to the movie theaters anymore.
And you get bored. Like I scroll through, and I can't find anything to watch anymore. I'm like, I need something new. So everybody's going to YouTube.
Yep. And then I got another. Then I have that one. Then I have another film next month. That
your IMDb is blowing up.
That will be. You know what? Since you said that today, the director that I just finished working with, asked me if my IMDb is ready. I said no. I have to literally.
That means you got to get it ready. Yeah, it's time to get it ready.
Yes,
because you sound like you're close to getting like a SAG card because you only need so many credits, right?
You only need so many credits to get a SAG card.
That's exciting.
When you get a SAG card,
like a legit actor, you can like tell people, I'm an actor.
Well, unfortunately, there's a strike.
Then you could. They'd be like, "Yo, you look me up. Type my name on Google, and your name's gonna pop up."
That's so cool.
That's gonna be happening soon.
Well,
and then I got another movie that I'm gonna be filming Filming starts in October, where I don't want to give it all away, but I'm just gonna be playing a butler. What type of butler?
Sex butler.
Stay tuned and find out.
Is it I feel like the way he's saying it, it's like something scandalous.
That's gonna be in October, so I'm excited for that one.
That's really exciting. Do you know what you're doing right now? Manifesting.
And
yes,
that's a part of your thing,
yes,
right?
It is.
But Maul, you heard about the writer strike and the actor strike? Have any of the people?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
You guys are like on a different,
Well, you're not SAG yet, so technically you're like, I don't know what you would call it, like indie.
Indie.
Yeah.
So it would me. I'm like an indie. Like if I was an indie wrestler.
Yeah, so you're like an indie actor, but that kind of puts you in like that gray area.
Mm-hmm, it does,
because you still got to provide entertainment to the people.
Definitely, you do.
That's just your time to shine, though. All the big actors are like they're on strike. They're not gonna be making it. They said
a lot of people don't know that, but there is a big strike right now for that. Like literally, there's a big strike.
Well, the actors join the writers. And like people walked off sets, like whole things shut down. And they're saying that if it goes through December, that there's not going to be any new movies next year.
That's gonna and that's
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. That's crazy.
YouTube,
That's
YouTube
right.
movies.
YouTube movies. That's where a lot of you.
That's where
YouTube's
it's time for
probably
it
even
to
more
shine.
famous.
That's perfect.
Yes, sir.
All right, Nora. So we are doing a live tarot card and psychic reading. But
Yes.
first, we need to learn about what the heck this
Yeah,
honestly
we should
is.
just listen.
Some separate fact from fiction. How'd you get started in this? There's so many questions, and I'm sure the people in the chat, if you do have a question about this,
Yes,
ask
'cause
it, and I will
I know they
find
do.
it. You know,
I love
because-
talking about this because I think breaking the stigma and the barriers is really important. It's not as freaking mystical as people think that it is. To me, there's no difference between people who read the Bible, prophets, praying. Like every religion has its own version of crystals and incense, and like you've got holy oil and you've got crosses, and you've got every religion has it. So to me, it's all the same. It's just different interpretations.
So when did you get started with all this?
I mean, so it's kind of something that's been in my family, my bloodline on my dad's side, and I've known that for a while. So I didn't really start like dabbling into it until I was a teenager. And then as I got older, but I also grew up on my mom's side in like super religious household who thought all of that was like evil. Everything was connected to Satan and the devil. And so I was kind of torn because I'm like, it doesn't feel like it, but I wasn't allowed to really like fully explore it. So when I got older and, you know, I went through Christianity and all the religions and tried to like find something that made me feel something.
Oh, hell no.
The more that I got
That's
to
why you starting with Phil.
the more that I got to know and understand just, I don't know, that I don't even know what to call it because I don't claim any kind of religion or any kind of specific spiritualism, but it just made sense to me. It's my version of prayer and divination. That's literally all it is. It's my version of prayer.
Okay.
So when you pray, you're seeking answers, right? You're reaching out to God, you're reaching out to his spirit, whatever, to some being out there asking and seeking answers. When you're reading the Bible, you're looking for answers. You're interpreting words and different things, you know, as answers to something, as signs, as whatever. It's all the same thing. This is just my version of it. So I got into it more as an adult, as I really started to explore, really started to understand, and then started to sort of understand my own gifts that I've always had and kind of how to strengthen them and hone them in the way that I don't know, that works for me. Like I don't call myself psychic or anything like that. I call myself an oracle.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds even cooler.
Yeah, it does. So now, camera table. So let them.
Oh,
see
is it okay? Can I show
Yeah,
the
go
table?
for it.
Show
Go
them
for
what.
All
it.
right, so you
I haven't done like the reveal of the cards yet.
So you know your boy, the podcast doctor. You know,
my
we got
God.
state of the art studio here, right? So
Of course.
we are actually bringing you a table side view of what the hell Nora's doing. So
Yeah,
here's a
this
sneak peek.
is-
I'm not gonna lie,
this
this is honestly bullshit compared to like what I would have set up. But one, we can't have candles, we can't have incense in here. I'm out of my herbs and my sage. I'm out of a lot of stuff. So this is like such a stripped down version. This is just crystals. That's all it is. And these are like I usually have incense in this guy. There's a lot more going on, and I do full moon rituals. I do new moon rituals, and
hell no.
I have a lot involved in that. This is kind of nothing. It's like more decorative than
Okay,
anything.
so I have a question that somebody's gonna ask
Sure.
in the chat or something.
Yeah.
Do they have to be here, or can you take a call to do it?
So I don't know, to be completely honest, and I don't want to be able to be like, oh, it's now, you know, I don't want to be Miss Cleo because I'm not Miss Cleo.
Okay.
All I can do,
Just wondering.
literally,
Because I know somebody would probably want to call and be like, okay, do
they
me.
can, and I can try, but all I can do is say what comes to me, say what I'm thinking and feeling. I don't know though. I will say that I've only really ever done this either in person, or I've had people that have asked me to do a reading for them, and they've DM'd me. What they'll do is they'll DM me. I don't want a lot of information though, because I feel like if I'm gonna give a good, clean reading, I can't know too much about the person.
Exactly.
So what I
this is why-
usually do is I'll tell them that I just need I need one question, just one general something, and
How big is my dong?
and a photo, like maybe a photo of them or a photo of something.
Here's a photo of my dong.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to when it comes to boys talking, why are you guys more obsessed than your dicks than we are? We don't want to see that shit, first of all, if you really want to go there. But you guys care more about it than we do. We don't want to see it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to eat, but y'all are like obsessed with it. So no, I will not be talking about your dong or anybody else's dong. And the fact that you use the word dong, I have a 12-year-old, okay? Anyways, moving on. Okay. When I go to movies and I hear like teenagers, literally I went to go see The Little Mermaid by myself, and during the like silence breaks in the movie, there were some fucking teenagers on the front row making moaning and sex noises. And I almost was a Karen.
Because they probably were actually having sex.
No, it was a bunch of teenage boys. I swear to God, if somebody...
Okay. No, you
know what's funny is I want to be like, if somebody was having sex in the Ariel movie, but if I was a teenager, I'd probably do it.
Oh, my God.
It's fine. Anyways, can we get back?
Let's go. Let's start this.
How do we get diverted from spirituality to penises?
Because Phil.
Guys, come on now. Come on.
So Maul did ask the question, if somebody does call in, can you give them a portion of a reading?
I can try. I can do my best. The thing is, there needs to be some type of connection to the person, and it's very difficult to connect. I don't know. We might need to talk a little bit, and I need to learn something about just what they're trying to find out. Like what is the question you have, or what's the answer you're seeking, or like, I don't know, something like that.
So how do you this is serious, Phil, now. You know my wife Lucia. She's into this.
Yeah, you told me we need to hang out
as well. Mm-hmm. How do you actually get to where you hear, or where you don't hear, and that's the thing, is you don't. So how do you get the message and know what to say?
It's almost like understanding how to talk. It's like understanding how to read. It is almost like an injection of knowledge and information into you. It's a download. That some people kind of say it like that. It's, you don't hear anything, you don't see anything.
So you have to have a strong connection with the person.
And you have to have some amount of faith and trust in yourself that you're not just fucking crazy. Because how many people out there like think they're, I don't know. I could be like, listen, this could be bullshit. Maybe I'm schizophrenic. I don't fucking know. All I can do is say what I think I'm feeling and hearing and seeing and downloading, and feed it back to a person. And if they look at me like I'm crazy, then I'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But that hasn't happened yet. I mean, I don't know.
Let's go. Let's go, Phil. We start with you.
Okay. All right. So
ready, Nora? You ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
How do you get into the zone? Do we need to start chanting? Do I need to turn all the lights off?
All you have to do is just be open-minded and have some faith, and honestly have some faith. If you're closed-minded and if you're skeptic and you're like, man, fuck you, like I don't believe, then you're gonna reject whatever comes to you. You just have to be open-minded to it. I personally get into the. I have to empty my brain, and if I can't do that through. I like meditative yoga because I have to like be moving and thinking about my breathing. And so I will, when I'm doing like readings for myself or just getting myself into that state of mind for like a ritual or something, that's what I do. I'll do yoga, and I'll do like a meditative yoga at the same time, so I can kind of clear my brain. If I don't have time to do that, like I didn't today because I was in a rush, I have to get a little drunk. And I'm not going to lie, but like that helps me dump my brain a little bit so that I can just focus. Okay. Not even focus, but just be open in a vessel.
Let's start this. Let's go.
Okay, so my main concerns.
Concerns?
Or what I want to know.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I have three things that I really want to know, but we don't have to do all three. It's up to you.
No, we're doing all three.
Let's hear. I'm so curious.
Okay, all right.
Tell me.
So I want to know about my business.
Okay.
My health and my son.
Okay.
Because you already know what's up with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So any order is fine, because those are the three things that are most important to me.
Yeah.
Obviously, my son is more important than my business, but I'm just saying.
And like obviously too, I know you a little bit, so you're gonna have to take that into consideration. That
this is our first time meeting.
Don't look at any of my other social media stuff, guys. We'll just pretend like I've never been here before or been around before. So my thing is I can't tell the future. Nobody can tell the future because the future is constantly changing. One tiny thing can alter the future. So I can't tell the future.
So like the butterfly effect.
100% the butterfly effect is legit.
So
it's just a real thing. It's, you know, that one decision you make can alter your future 10 years from now. So you can't tell your future. But what I can do is I can kind of show you what I like to focus on. Threes. For me, it's always 3 months, 3 months and 3 years. And 3 months to me, I like to talk about where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. So let's look at the last 3 month cycle of your life and what trajectory you're going into. That's it. I can't claim to see beyond that. I think that the only thing that comes to me and the messages that I get are only speaking about the near future and the direction that you should be going in, you could be going in, you want to go in, and kind of a little clarity about where you're headed now. But let's say you wake up tomorrow and you decide to do something completely different.
Yeah.
Then you know what? That changes it. You can't get mad at me if it doesn't turn out the way that you want. Because, and it's not only that, but it's also, it's putting action behind it. Because it's not like you're going to win the lottery. You know, like lottery is a game of chance. And you can't predict chance. You just can't. There's no real way to control that. There's no real way to predict that. And so that's crazy. You know, and when people ask for that, it's not possible. But what you can do is you can plan. It's almost like planning ahead, like looking at, this is the life I want. This is what I want to happen. And then if you really kind of hold that in your mind, you'll just naturally start taking the steps towards getting there.
No, you can't.
It's not as mystical and magical as people think. It's really just a lot of faith. That's really what it is. And it's like actively every single day waking up and continuing to like push through and have that faith, like no matter what. And if it takes crystals and incense and or prayer in the Bible, whatever it is that it takes to like get you through the next day and keep that faith, like that's all it's about. I think people make it too.
Yeah, because you can't predict your future, but you can't control your future.
Exactly.
So all right, guys, what do you guys think in the comments before we even start? You know, let us know what you think about tarot readings. What do you think about psychic readings?
I think I got my 3 questions, maybe.
Well, I got both sides of the fence. Where I grew up in a very religious household, so I know the Bible frontwards and backwards. I read the Bible. When I got in trouble, I had to write pages of the Bible. That was my standards. I lived in church, you know, so I know the difference. I know it's not even the difference. I know what people think. I know that people think that things like this are rooted in evil or the devil, or it's different than Jesus and the Bible and what everything else represents. It's not. In my opinion,
anything
it's
unknown. They always think that it's this is different.
Well, and like in my opinion, it's all the same. It's just different interpretations and different dialects, and it's like speaking different languages.
Let's go. I'm ready for this.
All right. So Nora, please, I would like to know about my business as a whole, the podcast doctor.
So you're doing one question one by one?
No.
Or are you doing all 3?
No. So here's what we're going to do. If you want to zone in on my little space here. So these cards I just purchased recently. And for anybody out there that's interested in like purchasing tarot cards, it's very important. People say you have to be gifted them or whatever. No, you can buy your own cards, but they need to be cards that like have some kind of meaning to you, that you feel like if you're going to interpret them, they need to make sense to you. So I got these cards a while ago. I love them. They're beautiful. They've got like gold on them.
Okay.
And nobody else can touch them except to when I need somebody's energy transferred on them, I will have them just cut them for me. But that's it. Outside of that, these are my cards. They're like my Bible, I guess, in a way. And so what I like to do. So, Phil, you gave me some questions, but I don't just want you to focus on the questions. I want you to focus in your mind on the answer to those questions. I want you to think about what you're hoping for. Because everybody has questions. And here's the funny thing about like manifesting is that we don't always know what we want. We think we know what we want, and you can manifest the wrong thing because it wasn't the right thing for you, and you just didn't know.
Okay, guys, this is what I'm going to do. Nora does not know, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to put it in the comments on YouTube. Nora cannot see the YouTube. I'm not putting the comment on the screen, and we'll see how close she is to what I'm thinking about for my business. Is that okay?
Sure.
Right. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good one.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I'm going to put it in the comments. My name is Podcast Doctor on YouTube, so you'll see my comment on YouTube. I'm only putting it on YouTube, so if you're on Facebook, go to YouTube. All right, here we go.
So my process Can you see everything okay here?
Yeah, you can see clearly.
I believe in the power of prayer just like anybody else. And because I think that prayer is just verbal manifestation. And I think that words have a lot of power. So when I do this, I simply ask God, spirit, universe, whoever, whatever. Like, I have many names for it. I think people have many names for it. For guidance. Use me as a vessel to give a message to somebody who wants an answer. And that is it. So then once I feel to a certain kind of way, Phil, I do need you to come over and I need you to cut this deck for me, please. I need a small transfer of your energy to my cards.
Okay, coming. Mm-hmm. I'll give commentary.
Don't. This is very interesting. I'm
nervous
for all this, but I do believe in all this. I'm just nervous.
What we're seeking is just an answer to what direction should Phil go into. Where is his career going now? What direction is it going? What, and not just his career, but what direction for? No.
What? You said cut it.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Just pick it up and just cut it once.
Cut it like if you're gonna cut like spades.
I don't play spades.
Okay, so just
pick it up, move it over, because the goal was to only cut it once. But I'll tell you what, you definitely transferred enough energy for me.
Good, I can go back.
You can go back.
Okay, I'm going back to my seat.
Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna pull these in threes. So we're gonna start. Okay, we're gonna start with the immediate past, and I'm just gonna talk. So.
Music in the background.
Actually, you know what? Let's do this. We're gonna do immediate past. We're gonna do the present, and we're going to do immediate future. So let's just say going into the next 30 days of your life. We're going to talk about what the message is that Spirit is saying for you. Okay? So pitch. So be as clear, concise, and professional as you can be when you explain your ideas to potential associates. So in terms of what you've been experiencing, you've recently have a very, very clear idea of what you want. You've established what you want your future to look like and the direction that you want to go in and the career path that you want to be on. And it's very clear to you. And you've recently come into that clarity and understanding your value and asking for what you're worth. So that's a big new jump for you that has recently happened for you in terms of your career. Seed, having the intention to grow like a seed and bloom is at heart of creativity. So right now you are absolutely planting seeds for what you want to happen in the future. You've already been building the blocks, you've already been planting the seeds, but right now you're definitely seeing those seeds of intention grow and start to come to fruition. But you're still in the beginning stages though. You're still in like the green. It's still new. It's still very new, but you know what you want and you've already started to plant the seeds for that. Now moving into your immediate future. So dream, it says connect to your intuitive dream world and metaphors and symbols. So I think that and as far as your immediate future and connecting to metaphors, this is basically telling you to just keep on pushing, because what you want and the metaphors of what you know can happen for you, you're seeing it everywhere. You're basically seeing that it's written in what you're supposed to be doing. So right now we're just really kind of focusing on your career. Pitch, seed, and dream. So if I really were to put this all together and focus on what I think that I'm getting, I mean, it's basically telling you to keep on doing what you're doing. You're in a growth stage right now. And you're heading towards what you ultimately want in the end, which is growth, a lot of growth. And you have a big goal and a big game plan in the end. Oh my
God. I want to interrupt you.
Yes.
Everybody, please go to the YouTube page and look at my comments. Go ahead, Nora. No, keep going. Keep going.
But again, like I said, I only focus on the next 30 days of your life. So you've planted your seed. Your seed is growing. What you need to do is you need to keep focusing on that bigger picture, because that bigger picture is absolutely possible. It's not just a dream anymore. The thing about turning it into metaphors is taking that dream and making it a reality by like finding the things that relate to it in reality. And that's where you're at right now. So anything that you see, anything you feel that you think is a sign, it's not a sign. It's meant to be. So
you can I
yes.
Okay, now this was for question number 1, right?
This is for my job for
Okay.
podcast doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I say what I wrote in the comments?
Yeah,
or?
go for it. Well, now if you feel like you got the answer you were looking for, then yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, or should I ask Maul what he thinks I'm?
Whatever you guys want to do.
Maul, do you want to guess what I wrote in the comments on YouTube of what my biggest concern was for my business?
I think to me your biggest probably concern was probably if it was ever going to probably fall.
Okay. It's not what I wrote. But.
And there's probably 2.
Okay.
So a 2-part question to that. That and how much is your business going to grow and where it's going to be at?
So you're going off of Nora's what Nora said, correct? That's what you're kind of basing your thing on, right?
Since I'm basing my answer of what I
not
see.
Because you know me, but I just want you to go off of what Nora said.
Yeah, like
okay, all right.
Like I think your business is gonna be booming, and it's already booming, but it's gonna be booming even more.
All right, I'm gonna put my thing on the comments on the screen here. So.
Okay, I'm blind, so you're gonna have to read what you.
I says I want to leave my main job and focus on this completely full time. I worry about leaving my main job and not making enough money, even though I'm good now, right? So I'll give you guys a little more context with that, okay? So I have 3 businesses I run, honestly, right? I run Podcast Doctor, I run my live stream funeral service business, and I have a day job working for another company. I am their director of marketing, right? So I essentially am on the computer all day doing marketing stuff, right? They pay me very well. They essentially saved my life, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I was on the road 20 hours a day, never saw my son for 10 years. They kind of helped me get away from that, work for them full time, right? But here's where I am with that. I am still working for them Monday through Friday, essentially 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I don't do any podcasts during those days because my time is dedicated to them. You know, they're in Daytona Mall. You know this already.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but Podcast Doctor is killing it.
Yes.
Right?
You really are.
My business is killing it. And I'm actually just doing Podcast Doctor part-time. But I am making more money doing this than what I'm doing with them. And they pay me very well.
Yeah.
So I am at the point to where I'm like, should I stay or should I go now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I feel so loyal to them.
Yeah, because because you feel so loyal to them because they saved you.
And here's the thing: they are grooming me to be the VP of the company.
Oh,
right. But here's the thing. That's their baby.
Yeah.
You know,
that's not your baby.
It's not my baby. Even though if that position would make more money than this, mentally,
yeah,
I wouldn't be there because it's always their thing.
Yeah, because mentally you're still here.
So that's how that's the crossroads.
Now that I have a little bit more context, because this last one says connect to your intuitive dream world of metaphors and symbols, and so again, I only like to talk about the next maybe 1 to 3 months of your life, you know, because anything can happen, anything could change it, and so and because you're in the seedling kind of process here. You obviously know what you want. You are in the building stages. You're in the seedling process. So I think that the goal right now is to connect to the dream, connect to what it is that you want because you know what you want. So stay connected to that and continue to let this grow. So I think that you need to stay in a growth space. So that's not a quit your job. That's not a, make any major changes right now. That's stay in a growth space and let it continue to grow. And you're going to connect your reality to your dream, and eventually your dream is going to be your reality, and you're on the trajectory for that. So literally growth is what it's all about right now, because I absolutely see for you like having assistants and other people running Podcast Doctor in other places, because so it's not just all you, having process and procedures in place for what is Podcast Doctor. And personally, just from a friend perspective, I think that you need to get all your business LLCs and all that in order and start opening some business credit. Because you can support your family, you can survive off of the money that you're making, but also the credit that you can get because of the money you're making from your business.
Wow. Super, super wow.
Yeah,
So you guys are watching. Write what your thoughts on that. Now you know a little bit more about me.
So I mean, if you
Nora.
want to go into you said your health in your family, your health in your son.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the cards want to break it up or put it all into one.
Do I have to cut it again?
Yeah, I was gonna say no, but I feel like I need the separate energy for that. So, but what I really need you to do is, like I said, focus on. You have to kind of get in your mind's eye the picture. If you could like make a movie.
No, it's always in my head.
If you can make a movie of the outcome that you want,
it's always in my head.
Yeah. And so focus on that. Now, I will say I do try to warn people that like fantasy and reality is very different. And we have to, you have to consider that your reality is not everybody else's reality. Yeah. And so that's when it's a fantasy, when it's only your reality and it's not somebody else's. So those things can find a happy medium though. Okay. So if you feel like you're in a place where you have that image in your head, then you can come and cut the cards just once.
Yeah, just once. What are they saying in the comments? Because I can't load. I can't.
They're not. They're just watching. People are just watching.
Okay. Yeah, people are just watching. Say something in the comment. What do you think so far? Like, I got my 3 questions, and I think I'm nervous about my 3 questions.
All right, come and cut.
Cut. This is.
I would definitely like to know, from the people watching, what do they find the most like peace in? Like, is it prayer? I don't know. People find answers in all kinds of things. Like, I'm a big journaler. I love to journal. I think that for me is, or how about what is your form of manifestation? Like, that's what I like to know. I think writing it down, saying it out loud. Some people like to like say it over and over to themselves. Okay.
Now this one, it may be something that I don't want to hear, honestly.
Okay, what question is this one? Your health?
This is more my son.
Oh, your son. Okay.
And again, I just ask, that the powers that be, whether it's God, spirit, source, universe, just make me a vessel to relay a message for someone who wants an answer. Okay, so we'll do immediate past, immediate present, and immediate future. All right, so we're back to the seed thing again. So in terms of immediate past and what you've been going through, having the intention to grow like a seed and bloom is at the heart of creativity. So you've definitely been trying to implement maybe some new things in your personal life and trying to hone in and really start some new processes towards future goals. And that's something that you've really been taking seriously recently. Risk. Be aware, or you will have to beware. Be aware, or you will have to beware. Do not deny the risk and hazards that you see. So hold on, I gotta go to the next one before I can really kind of understand it together. So immediate future. Procrastination. Stop focusing on your problems and excuses. Take a small step and do something constructive. All right. So if I'm putting all of this together, where I'm at with this is that your desperation. There's desperation. Desperation will cause you to do, say, and feel things that aren't productive and aren't good. And it'll also stop people from putting action in areas where they should be putting action into. There's a lot of acting out of fear. And acting out of fear will cause people to do things that aren't for the better of themselves and of others. And focusing on just the problems and focusing on the things that we don't like, that aren't vibing, that aren't making us feel good. It will hold us back. And so and then not being able to move forward, this does say excuses, and a lot of that is part of the fear. So, I feel like there is an understanding of what needs to happen and what needs to be done, but there's a fear. There's a fear there that's stopping that. There's a fear there that's causing that's causing you to behave in the way that you think is going to get you the results that you want, but it's ultimately going to cause more damage than good. And it's also holding you back from taking that action that you should be taking. I'm gonna end it on that one. That's all I got for that one.
Okay, so for those who don't actually know me personally, I have a special needs son, right? And he is very low on the autism spectrum. He is nonverbal, has ADHD. Doctors even said he may have schizophrenia. He doesn't talk. He's violent, and he's huge. So my biggest concern with him was actually two things. You know, will he ever talk, for one, you know? And two, will he ever live a normal life? So the issue that me and my wife are having, even yesterday, was a big issue, is that he's big, he's violent. You know, I worry. He was at the park yesterday, had a huge tantrum. He ran in the middle of the street. Cars, he blocked traffic. People don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, and we live in Florida, right? People were zipping by him. He's freaking out, clapping his ears, doesn't know what's going on.
Poor baby.
Right?
Yeah.
And so someone could have called the police.
Yeah.
You know, and saw what was happening between him and mom. And the police may not understand that this is a nonverbal child. Only thing that they see is a 5'8", 200-pound black kid.
Yeah. Who's
making noise and possibly hurting his mom. They're going to react like the police are going to react, you know? Mm-hmm. And my son is violent. He can't tell them no, he doesn't understand. He can't comply. So my biggest issue with that is obviously, you know, the police unnecessarily roughing him or killing him, you know? And the issue is that I have with us having to eventually institutionalize him because we just can't control him, you know? I still work a lot, you know? I don't want him beating up his mom every day. She can't handle that, you know? Yeah. So that's my biggest worry.
Yeah, and that's so hard. That's so hard. And you know that I know where you're going through, because I have my 4-year-old is also autistic and nonverbal, and we don't really know where he is on that spectrum just yet because he's still very young. And that's really hard. And you know, I think that we are driven by fear in situations like that because we're terrified for our kids and we just want the absolute best for them. But something I've learned in my experience with my son is that sometimes it takes a dramatic lifestyle change for us in order to be able to give him what he needs. And I think that, you know, I understand where your fear is coming from. It's valid. It really, really is. So from what I've gathered from that reading and from what I feel, the next few months, you know, and that kind of ties in too with your career choices and your career everything. Because honestly, at the end of the day, nobody says that you have to stay in Florida. Nobody says that you can only be successful in one place. And, you know, you do have an ultimate goal and an ultimate dream. And your son is obviously always going to need more from you. So I don't know. I think that there is absolutely a future there for what you want. It's not going to be in the way that you want it at all. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a happy medium between the future that he can have, the best possible future that he can have, and the best possible future that you can give him, while also being able to live the best possible life that you can live. And it's literally all about finding that sweet spot. And I think that in your career, you're on your way towards getting where you want to go. But then at the same time, all of this fear and everything that you have over your family and everything else, it can hold you back in a lot of ways, not just with your career, but also with the possibilities of flourishing with your son and him flourishing and being able to grow and blossom in the best ways that he's able to, even considering what, you know, he's going through and where he's at mentally and emotionally and all of that stuff. So I don't know, maybe you need to think about your career not necessarily being in Florida or being in here. I mean, not even necessarily institutionalizing your son, but being able to be in a place where you're able to bring the park to him, you know, have the backyard, that have the space and the environment where he can flourish and be who he's going to be, and the best version of himself and the happiest version that you want him to be without that fear.
So people are asking, this is on YouTube. Maul, we got a lot of people watching on YouTube now. They're asking if you or can take anything, readings or in the comments.
I can try.
So guys, leave in the comments. So Maul, that person is actually here. I'm going to let them in. So I guess it's going to be your turn next, huh?
Okay, so wait, so you're done with the 3 questions?
Yeah, man, we're already 45 minutes in. Let's get you on the ball. So Maul, do what I did. Write something in the comments.
Phil, right? We can go over your health later. I can do a palm reading later.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go let this person in here. She wants to watch the show. So
all right.
So Maul,
you're in the hot seat.
Oh man.
And for the person in the comments, I absolutely can try. Like after we're done with Maul, I'm happy to look at their question and look at what they want to know and do my best to see if I can give them an answer.
All right. So we're doing 2 questions for me, right? Not 3.
Right. Your thought. Well, we can take as long as you need to, but I just didn't want to do the whole show.
So
okay.
With questions, again, it's not just about asking a question and trying to get an answer. It's more like, yes, you have a question, but while you're
it's more what I'm thinking.
While you're thinking of your question, I want you to focus on the answer. You know, kind of picture that in your mind. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say
okay. All right.
So I have to cut, right?
Yes, I would like you to go ahead and cut the cards,
you want
please.
me to give you my question first or no?
Go ahead. Yeah, give me your question
so
first.
My question first is gonna be, where is my whole entire my acting, my podcast, and my paint, like everything, my business, everything that I'm starting is gonna take me.
Okay, so let's we'll do it kind of like Phil too, where you can, if after the fact, you can elaborate a little bit more. But right now, it's a career question, just generally. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and cut it. All right. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna keep that to the side because it fell out on its own, and usually that means something. So we're gonna start with immediate past, our present, and our immediate future. All right, so let's go ahead and flip this one. Time can be seen to be both linear and spiral. Circle back to explore concepts from the past and create the future. All right, I'm gonna keep going. Sometimes I can read one at a time, but sometimes I need the whole picture. Indecision, decide not to make a decision at this time. This will be a constructive, valid, and useful decision. Okay. Play. Our work can and should take on a quality of play, for it is play that stimulates creativity. All right. So you are worried that you're running out of time. You're worried that you're limited on time. And that's been something that's been really concerning to you recently, that maybe you have a limited amount of time to find success. And so you're quick to want to make decisions based on just wanting to have something. And so the indecision, decide not to make a decision at this time. This will be constructive, valid, and useful decision. So I think that because of you having the sense of you only have so much time left to be able to be successful and to reach the goals that you want to reach, you're making some careless choices with the directions you're going in for certain things. And so maybe you need to take a pause. Or maybe right now, today, you have been taking a pause. And moving forward, you need to focus on what brings you joy. That's your focus. When it comes to your career, you don't need to focus so much on where your career is going and whether or not it is going to get you where you want to get in a certain time frame, but you need to focus on whether or not it's bringing your heart joy. And if the project is bringing you joy and it's making you happy and it's bringing life into your soul, then that's the right thing for you. But if it's not, and it's something that you want to do just to get, like the IMBD thing, just to get a kind of notch on your belt, or just to get something in there because you feel like you need to reach a certain level of success in a certain amount of time, then that's not going to be helpful or useful to you. It's not actually going to get you where you want to go. But right now, your focus needs to be on stimulating your creativity, really just being creative, being an artist, exploring all of the things that bring you joy and happiness. That's where your focus on your career should be right now.
Maul, what are your thoughts, man? I missed the good juicy stuff. Did she talk about your porn career? Or?
I literally got the chills because that's what I literally think about every single day. I literally think about that every single day. I don't have much time. Like, I want my acting career lights up, boom, right now, and the podcast and everything like that. So, and I think about that every single day. And my passion is acting. My passion is writing, and my passion is doing the podcast. And then I also do other things where, like you just said, maybe it doesn't bring me joy. Like working from 15, 16, 17-hour shifts. That doesn't bring me joy.
No, I will say though, right here, right now, if you're unsure about a decision, don't make a decision right now. It's not the right time to make a decision. If there's something that you have to make a decision about.
Isn't that what we were talking about before we even...
What did I literally told you earlier? I texted you earlier. I literally texted him earlier. Oh my God. I literally texted him earlier. Bro, I'm stressed. He said, why? I said, this job got me stressed. I want to quit so bad, but I don't have a backbone yet.
Okay.
And literally
the
what
backup plan.
I don't have a backup plan. And literally what you just said, don't do it yet, because basically it's not a good decision.
Not yet. Yeah. It's just it's not the time to make a decision like that yet, because it'll be more harm than good. But in terms of like your career and all the other things you're doing, keep on doing the things that bring you joy and just focus on. But you did have a jump card, so let's see. All right, so our jump card that fell out of the pile.
Oh, damn.
What does that mean? Hold on.
So
what does that mean?
Every now and then when I'm shuffling or I'm dealing cards, we have a card that just falls out of the pile. I put that aside. Usually it's like a little cherry on top of the message. It adds a little more to it. So this says resistance. Understanding why you resist what you have to do is a crucial part of the creative process. See, so that kind of ties into this. You gotta let things flow right now. Like focus.
Oh my God. The chills that I'm having right now. Oh man.
And it all really ties in, because when you have a fear of running out of time, you'll be very resistant to doing the work and the things that you have to do to get to where you want to be. And so right now, this place where you're just fed up and you're, frustrated. That's where you're at right now, but it's not the time to make a drastic decision that's going to alter the course of your life. But what you do need to continue doing is focusing on projects that bring you joy, that make you happy, that fulfill, your soul.
Whew. Okay.
Let's take a look back though. Maul, let's be serious for a minute, all right? How long have you been here in Florida?
Year.
All right. When did we meet? December? November?
Yes.
And when did you
start the podcast?
Oh no. When did you book your first acting gig here in Florida?
Okay, so got here in June. I think my first one, I'm gonna say after we met and you put me onto all those pages.
So you didn't have your first gig until.
So
you've done all this in 6 months.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's really amazing.
Congratulations.
And I do want to ask you: have you recently been dredging up things from the past, creatively and personally, and maybe using them as like kind of almost like revisiting creative, artistic things from your past?
So what do you mean when I pick projects to do?
Yeah.
Actually, 75%, yeah.
So, create your future. So maybe that, if you haven't been, maybe that's something you should do a little more of. Go back to some things from your past that weren't as successful as you wanted them to be, because it's like it says time can be linear or a spiral. So maybe instead of focusing on one trajectory, you should focus on the circle.
The whole circle.
Yeah.
Nora, you've got a fan. Someone's asking to. They're going to call in.
Okay.
So I gave them the number. So until they call, can go ahead and continue with Maul. It's just that.
So the second one.
Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Okay, so hang on.
So hang on a minute.
Let's kind of move the career thing out of our brain for a little bit. And what did you say? So the next focus you said was just like generally, what is it about?
The next one is definitely another personal. Then just for me to say it just like brings me tears. I don't know.
Bro, I was gonna cry talking about my kid.
You can keep a general word or like a phrase or something.
Would at my even though at my age, will I have or would it ever happened of me having the experience of becoming a parent?
Oh shit.
Okay.
I'm already getting teary-eyed for just even.
All right, let's let Nora work.
All right, go ahead and cut the cards, please. All right, delay. Confront the natural tendency to delay the finishing of a creative endeavor. That's talking about your immediate past, but we'll read it all together. Passion, immediate present, the present. It will take passion for you to push through your self-criticism to get to a place of confidence. Moving forward, obstacles. Do not dwell on how you're going to surmount obstacles presently in your way. Okay. Let's see. So, there's somebody, because if we're talking about relationships, procreation, raising a child, adopting a child, whatever that means, but if that's kind of the course of what we're focusing on, what I'm getting out of this is that you have a tendency to be hesitant. You don't make the first move. Not only do you not make the first move, you have a tendency to be hesitant when it comes to taking action on something. So whether that's in your relationships and romantic life and committing or getting or whatever, but there is a delay. There's something that's holding you back, and that's just in general. That could be creatively, that could be with relationships, that could be with your career. But you have a tendency, even though you're gung-ho for wanting what you want, the reason you're holding back and the reason you've been holding back is self-criticism and a lack of confidence. So you have a passion. The passion is there. You have a desire, but you don't have enough faith in yourself. And so to start, before you can even get to the place where you can possibly have a child, whether that's naturally or not naturally, you have to put yourself in a position to even have that conversation. So there's a self-criticism and a lack of self-confidence that is overshadowing that passion inside of you as a person and all the love that you have to give, and it's causing you to hold back and not give that. And that's the first step towards getting anywhere near there. And obstacles, any obstacles in your way, they're not going anywhere. Unfortunately, but your focus and dwelling on the difficulties that lay ahead and the difficulties that are going to stop you from getting to that point are going to stop you from getting to that point. So basically, you're standing in your own way. So if it's possible, if it's something that's in your future that's out there for you, you have to get out of your own way before it can even become a conversation.
Ooh. Okay.
That's it.
Do you need a hug,
That's all I
bro?
got for that one.
That was.
Do you need a hug?
No. that was. Jeez. Okay. And
so while we're taking all that in,
and what you said was, I can see, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think not confident. I think more scared of anything.
But that's where confidence comes in, because obviously you have a lot of confidence. You do all this stuff. But for example, I'm an entertainer. I am way more confident on stage and in front of a camera, right?
Yeah.
In my personal life, I crumble.
Yes.
I do not believe in myself.
Same way.
I don't always like what I see in the mirror if I'm not show ready. And when you talk about like your personal life and having a child with somebody in any way, shape, or form, that has nothing to do with your stage persona and who you are on stage, and everything to do with who you are when that's all stripped down to nothing. And that's the part that's lacking. That's where the confidence is lacking, is who you are stripped, with all of that stripped away. Because you have to be able to bear your soul to another human being in order to even start the process of possibly having a child with somebody. And the thing that's holding you back from that is you, 100% you.
So comments on YouTube saying that you're gonna have one child ball. So, I don't know.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see your hands, because it's been a minute since I've done this.
I'm like so sick.
Which hand do you write with?
Left. I'm lefty.
Wait, can you lift your hands up a little bit and bring it towards the camera? The table cam. So you got them all move it to your right. So.
Come this way. Yeah. Put him like over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, like, this is very interesting that I know the little bit I know about you, and you said you're left-handed, right? So you write with this hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So usually your non-dominant hand is your like past and like what your past represents, and your other hand is more your future. You see how like incredibly different like the lines are in your hands? Mm-hmm. So obviously that definitely shows a difference in not only health, but certainty. So the lines here are much lighter and fainter, which means that your future is kind of a little bit more unknown versus what it may have been before. So your fate and your lifeline are very much crossed. So I'm going to imagine that, because I know a little bit about you. So I'm going to imagine this is somewhere in your life where you probably had your first like major health issue. But also it all goes right into your head and your heart line. So this is your heart line. So this is one that kind of represents more so relationships. And then this is your headline. It also represents creativity. It's connected to your fate line. So all of it's connected. Now that's your past. So if we look at your future, so what they say is, and again, I'm not an expert palm reader here, okay? It's really just about learning lines and what they mean and understanding that and being able to interpret that. So like I know this is your family chain. So if I compare that to this, you were definitely a lot closer. You were closer to your family in the past than you are now. There's some separation and division there, even though you weren't super, super close before, but you were closer than you are now. You have a few travel lines, but you haven't, you definitely are somebody that likes to stay in places that you're comfortable in, so you don't bounce around too much. A little bit, but not too much. Now, in terms of, I only see one true, now if I'm going based on what I see here, I only see one true love of your life.
And that's the Dallas Cowboys.
One true love of your life, and there's at some point halfway through your lifespan that you're going to experience that time with them. Now, I will say that maybe there's a faint line of like what would be considered possible children or something in that hand, but I'm not seeing it in this hand. But I also do see a lot of little lines kind of crossed. So what I think that means is that you may not have a biological child, but you may be responsible for playing a fatherly role in a lot of people's lives.
Ding, 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 ding. Bruh. All right, get back in your positions. All right, Mom, what do you got to say about that?
As she was doing it, as soon as she said that the family thing, was,
you looked at me,
was close, and then not close, like broken apart. That's totally true. Then the other, I'm not even gonna cry about that part. Then the other part where you just said one true love,
Dallas Cowboys,
and then how I am like a father figure and somebody like a stepdaddy, which brings me back to ex-wife and stepdaughter, where we lost twins. So, geez, that's
and see, this is where it's like so hard because it is it's personal stuff like that's really personal and it's emotional.
Yeah, that because I literally told this to my cousin, I think like two days ago, like true love, that like I can literally say my ex-wife was literally my true love. So, but it was wrong time because I was young. So,
that's usually what happens. Is it's always wrong time because of whatever we're going through in our personal lives and our personal journey and struggles and all that, figuring ourselves out. Yeah.
So that and then the first part where you said close family, like I was close to my to my mom, dad, sisters, but so much happened. I grew apart from them. So it's crazy because it is. I think what brought me and my sisters and probably my mom and my dad closer now was one, health, and two, my little sister had the two boys first, and then my older sister had my niece. So I think that's what bringing me closer to them. Because when I was married for 10 years, I was not there. I was not around friends, not around family. I was not there. So that when you just said that, now closer now, Oh, that's crazy.
Wow! Everybody take a deep breath for a second.
That's crazy, man. That is whoo.
So let's head to the comments here. I'm for some reason Switcher still isn't putting the comments on the iPad, but I shared a screen here.
Okay.
So Lalima wants to know let me go back up. So she was asking some questions here. So, all right, here we go. So this is her. Can you read that from the screen, Nora, or no?
Yeah. What's the next good thing coming up for me and advice? So what's the name of Lalima Sony?
Yeah. She's confused in career and love. So I told her to call, but
hold on. So career and love. So Lalima Sony. So let me kind of just focus in on that for right now.
Yeah.
So, hold on. We're gonna leave this there. So Lalima Sony wants to know about career and love and just some advice. So we're going to talk about, Lalima, I hope I'm saying that name right. I'm so sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Lalima. That sounds more correct. Yeah, I sounded stupid.
We sound Lalima. We sound country.
I'm so sorry. That's a beautiful name, so you should say it right.
Lalima.
You want to know about, your career,
your future and career and love.
Let's just talk about the next phase of your life. What direction should you be going in? Because your love life, your career life, all of that is all centered around you and the choices that you make and where you should be in life. So the only thing you control is you and your bubble and what you do. So let's just focus on that. Let's focus on the trajectory of the next few years of your life. And since you're not here, I'm going to go ahead and cut this on your behalf and draw my card. So we're going to talk about what you've been going through, where you're at, and let's talk about the next phase. And the art on these cards is just beautiful. All right, so the first card says beliefs. We all have certain beliefs that help us or can trap us and keep us from moving towards creative solutions. Second card says secrets. Conceal plans and actions from those not ready to accept you as you are. And then partnership. Once you have decided to walk your path in partnership, you must put the relationship first. So I'm going to also pull, because I don't physically have you here and I don't really have your energy, I think I need a little bit more. And these cards did fall out, so I'm going to go ahead and read these. The first one says pause, accept that you must wait and prepare for developments to reach the next stage. And the next one says accomplishment. Remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome self-doubt. Okay, so I don't know what you're going through, but all of these things bring me to a place to make me think that maybe you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, and that you want to, I don't know how bad, I don't know what it is, but that you want to kind of escape an unhappy situation, but your own lack of confidence in the fact that you don't really believe that you can be okay on your own and that you can do, that you can survive on your own is causing you to be hesitant on that. And so I think what you've been going through is you feel trapped, you feel stuck. You've been feeling trapped and you've been feeling stuck. And you need to take a breath and you need to start planning. You need to put a plan in place for the next phase of your life, whatever that might be. And as far as partnership and putting a relationship first, it says once you decide to walk your path in partnership. And so that can mean anything. That can mean partnership with yourself. That can mean a relationship. That can mean family. But from what I'm gathering, there's some decisions that you need to make that you need to keep to yourself, that you need to kind of decide what you think is best for you, and you need to sort of move in silence, set up your plans, do whatever you need to do. And you need to remember how strong you are. You need to go back and find the person that maybe you were before, or at a point in your life where you had confidence, and pull that back and have some self-confidence, find some strength in you to start setting some plans into motion so that you can have what you want in your future. But it is saying that you need to not make any hasty decisions. You need to start working on building up your self-confidence, building up a plan of action, and set a good solid foundation to start moving forward in the direction that you're supposed to be in. And when you do start to take those steps and start to move forward, whoever and whatever direction that you decide to go in, you need to be prepared to put your all into that. And I genuinely, personally think that in terms of the partnership, I think that putting that relationship first is talking more about yourself than it is about somebody else, because I think that a lot of what you've been going through is based in a lot of fear and lack of confidence. So from here on, moving forward for the next month or so of your life, come up with a plan, put your plan in motion, don't tell anybody about it, do what you have to do, and then moving forward, really hold strong to whether it's yourself or whether it's somebody out there that is offering you help or a hand or a shoulder to cry on or whatever, but maybe put your focus in that direction. And then that's going to take you to the next phase of your life. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
hopefully that made sense. And that's where this gets hard, is sometimes I'll just I'll ramble, I'll go and interpret and say what I say. And I have no idea if I sound completely crazy.
Well, it looks like the chat likes you.
Chat likes you because one said, what is this, witchcraft?
No.
Of course, people who don't understand, they're going to say that's witchcraft. So Chile says, you don't sound stupid, because we said, and so this is...
and what's funny is witchcraft is not bad. You know who made witchcraft bad? A movie in like the 80s that took the symbolism for different things and made it like a Satanist thing and kind of screwed it up for everybody and then caused like the satanic panic. Witchcraft is literally just herbalism. That's all it is.
I got another one.
Okay.
I got another one.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, is there anybody else in the comments?
Well, we're running a little on time, but someone also said that I feel like I'm always worried about family security. So this is from Pablo.
Pablo?
Yeah.
And he said family security?
Yeah, he's worried about family security. And then we'll handle them all, and then we'll get out of here.
Okay, so Pablo and family security.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
More music.
Yes. And this is... I'm still like... Oh, ooh! And mind you, she just to know, Nora doesn't know me like that. This is only her third time on the show. So everything that she has done about me has been accurate to the T.
All right, Pablo. We're going to talk about your immediate past, your present, what you're going through right now, and the trajectory of your life for the next 1 to 3 months. All right, delay. Confront the natural tendency to delay the finishing of a creative endeavor. That's the second time I've pulled that one today. Share to help you make progress. It's a good idea to share what you have and what you care about. Distractions. When you are trying to solve a problem, you will often be tested by distractions. All right. So what this is telling me in terms of family security, you also are somebody that has a tendency to procrastinate a little bit, and that maybe your natural tendency to hold back or to not pursue things that you should pursue that you know would help you and benefit you in better ways. And this is your immediate past. So let's say you've been struggling with moving forward on something, taking action on something. You know, you've been delaying doing something that is going to help you move forward in the trajectory you want to go to, that family security. Whether it's an insecurity, uncertainty, whatever it is, you've been kind of pausing and delaying and procrastinating on something recently. And share to help make progress. It's a good idea to share what you have and what you care about. And so I think that it's also important not to take all of this burden onto yourself. So I think right now you're in a place where maybe you're taking on too much. You're taking all of the responsibility on yourself, and you're not sharing that responsibility. You're not allowing other people to help you. You're not sharing what you need. You're not sharing what you need to other people. That's the only way that you're going to progress. It takes a village to raise a family, not just one person. And so it is important that you share the burdens, you share the good, you share the bad, with the people that you care about, because that could be where, you know, what you need comes from and the help comes from to get where you want to get. And stay the course. Just don't get sidelined. Don't get distracted. That is in going into your immediate future. When you're trying to solve a problem, which your problem is you want financial security, which I would imagine you're currently feeling insecure about your family's status and situation, and whether it's financially, emotionally, whatever it is, you're feeling insecure about that right now, and you want that security in the future. So not only do you need to stop hesitating and take action, be communicative and share what you need with the people around you that you care about, so that you guys can work together as one unit. And don't get distracted. Stay the course. Stay focused. And that's the message.
All right. So, I think his name is Pablo. Hold on.
Pablo.
Yeah. So Pablo, take that, and we'll see where we're at with that. So you got a fan, Nora. People like
thanks,
you.
Guys.
So, you know, hopefully they subscribe to the channel if they do like what
I want people to know is this is not like, I'm not just like this every day, all day long. I have to really channel it. Like, I have to actually mentally and emotionally be, and this is something like I won't be able to do this again for a while, because it literally is mentally and emotionally draining. And it is, and it's a lot, and but I love it. I really do, and I can't explain it. It's just something that I feel like I've been gifted with, and I love that I can bring peace and, I don't know, some kind of sense of calm to people.
And Maul said you had one more, right?
Yes.
So let's lay it down, and then let's get out of here after that.
Next one is health.
And Pablo said that was kind of accurate. So.
Okay. And usually when people say that was kind of accurate, that usually means they didn't like what I said. That it was pretty accurate, but they're like, I don't know. I don't like that. I'm just kidding. Hopefully whatever it was made sense. But like I said, when I do readings, all I ever do is hope it makes sense. And I look at people, I say what I say, and I'm like, I hope that made sense. If it didn't, I'm sorry. And so far, like, pretty much it's had a good track record so far. So.
Okay, so this one is.
So what did we? Okay, now. Okay, go ahead. You
want me to cut it?
Yeah, go ahead and cut it.
Ooh, another one almost fell. Oh my god.
All right.
Ready? Here we go.
I don't know why I turned that over first, but we're going to read them all together. All right. So I got 2 of the same cards. I got the same cards.
Whoa.
So, but they're in a different order, which is interesting. Play. Our work can and should take on the quality of play, for it is play that stimulates creativity. So obviously I know that you've been doing a lot of acting and a lot of stuff that you really love and you're passionate about, and that's what you've been doing. You've been doing the things that bring you joy, and you've been pursuing the things that bring you joy and stimulating your creativity. We all know that, right? So that's what you've been doing, and that's a good thing in terms of your health. Indecision, though, is still a big thing. So decide not to make a decision at this time. This will be constructive, valid, and useful decision. And it's in the middle again. It's still part of your present. So right now, you need to stop worrying about making any choices that have anything to do with your future. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. It says decide not to make a decision. So you're not indecisive. You need to choose not to decide. Basically, you need to almost like a go with the flow kind of thing. And that's where you're at right now. That's where you need to be right now, is you need to make your peace with not having, I don't want to say security, but not having certainty. Like, you need to just kind of have a little bit of peace with that. And then time can be seen both linear and spiral. Circle back to explore concepts from the past and create the future. So I don't know where your health is going to be. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is, to me, the universe is telling you to stop focusing on the future and maybe circle back a little bit. I think there's some things from your past that you need to bring back to your present, and that's going to be your future. And I don't know what that is, but that is what's going to bring your joy. That's what's going to, however long your future is, however long you have in terms of your health, you don't want to look at where you're going to be. I need to look more about where you've been and bring that with you. And so, yeah, I think that the main thing it's telling me right now is you don't need to worry about that right now.
So, all right. So with that, I had a little talk with my doctor,
mm-hmm.
and I have basically what you're saying is, like, don't make that decision, just leave it the way it is,
mm-hmm.
And basically, like, everything is fine. So I have the decision to take out my pacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So
that's a good thing, though, right?
It's a good thing, yeah, because I haven't had any episodes in almost like 8 years probably.
Yeah.
So I've been wearing a pacer going on 12. So every 10 years you have to change it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what you just said, basically leave it alone. I'm healthy with it now. I'm still healthy now. Like, I'm better with it now, in even without, but that certainty, just go with the flow, because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting and crazy.
But again, like I said, I don't like to make this a long-term thing.
No, yeah.
I think if we're just talking about the next 30 days, the next 60 days, 90 days, right now, it's saying don't think about it right now. Don't make a decision about it right now. Focus on your joy. Focus on your happy. Not focus on your past, but go back and do an inventory of your past. Go back and do an inventory of the happy times and the things that brought you joy and the people that brought you joy, and focus on bringing that into your present and taking that with you into the future.
Well, that's crazy, because it's already there. Like,
So if that's the case, then you're on the right track. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you just need to keep on pushing, keep on doing what you're doing.
Oh,
wow!
That is a wow. Wow.
Props to Nora, guys. Come on,
yes.
You guys are watching. Give Nora some love there in the comments.
And I do readings for myself as often as I can. To me, it's almost like prayer. I'll pray. I'll be like, God, what do I do? I don't know. Like, I'm whatever. And then I'll pull my cards, and I always get slapped in the face with a message.
And I do that every night before I go to bed. Take my chain, and I'll just pray.
Nora, where can they find you, just in case if somebody has any questions or if they want to message you or any of that?
So Instagram and Facebook, it's Nora Loves Orlando and Nora Love. And on TikTok, I'm Nora Love Housing Provider.
All right. Man, so Mal, any final thoughts before we get out of here today, man?
It wasn't so bad, right?
No, it wasn't.
You were so scared.
I'm still shocked about it. I'm still shocked about everything, though. Like, that still got chills going through my body right now. So that's it. This was my first reading.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm just glad it resonated with you. That's all I ever hope for, is that people don't leave thinking like, well, that bitch is crazy. Like, what the fuck was she talking about?
They're probably already thinking that, don't come to my house with that.
Witch.
I mean, you don't want to cross me.
Oh, she's a brute.
I can do some fun things with a strand of hair.
Oh, Jesus.
That'll be the next show.
But on top of that, Phil, where we going this Friday?
This Friday, Mal and I will be at WWE SmackDown at the Amway. Myra gave us her suite.
Fun!
So we will be there.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Representing and throwing popcorn.
I gotta get that. I gotta get that We Day One shirt. Gotta get that.
Nice.
I gotta get that.
How many? Can anybody go in the suite, or you have to have like?
No, we had to. I paid for them, but
but you can go in the suite. That's so cool, though.
Yeah, it's a private entrance.
Be live.
Have you used her suite before? Or no.
No.
Yeah, it's a private elevator.
I don't think she likes me like that.
I mean, I paid for them. I paid for them. But private elevator and private suite access. I think there's a buffet, all that stuff.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Her face is on the wall.
We get treated like celebrities.
Really?
Her face is on the wall, so you're like, oh, this is her suite. So
we get treated like celebrities. That's what we're gonna be getting treated like celebrities.
No, Myra's the best. She's so cool. I honestly miss working with her. I want to help with her re-election campaign.
And then we're still looking for venues.
We really need to do like a tour one night of several different venues and just check them out. But all we need is a good stage and a place that has, enough traffic on a normal night to like bring in an audience.
Because we already got signups. We already got the DJ.
And our goal is October. I think sometime in October before Halloween.
Yes.
So we don't have too much competition, but like a Halloween-esque show, I think, for our first show.
Yep. And that's gonna be great. That's gonna be fun.
Yes.
A lot of signups already. There's like 11 signups.
That's so great. I'm so excited to see all the talent.
3-4 dancers.
That is so
a singer,
cool.
A rapper.
I love it.
Yeah, so we have
okay, we're gonna make this happen.
The signups are there. We're just looking for a nice venue with a stage.
Yes.
And so if anybody knows about a nice venue in Orlando, let me know.
Tag them.
Tag me. Let me know. We are looking for a nice venue to host first ever showcase.
Yeah, a variety show and open mic night.
Yep.
So sweet, guys.
So other than that, everybody bless up. Love one another.
Thank you guys for letting me do this. This was really great.
See ya. Subscribe to the channel.
Bitch.